Okay, the next one, formaldehyde. Formaldehyde is a colorless, very odorful gas. Anybody in here ever dissect the fetal pig or the frog when you were in high school? Remember that smell? That's formaldehyde. Formaldehyde is used as a glue and an embalming agent, both. There were one of the companies, I think it was Coachman, that was using formaldehyde to glue the wood panel to the inside of the trailer, and then they would shut the trailer as it would go down the assembly line, and as formaldehyde dries, it off-gasses a poisonous gas. And then so the trailer would sit for 2 or 3 days as it's going down. They would open that door to do something, and whew, that was the problem. If you remember, FEMA trailers had that problem because they were making them so quick. They'd put them together and ship them down, and it would be drying on the actual shipping section.
When I was in anatomy class, we got a new cadaver, and he just reeked. He was real stinky.
Real.
Brand new.
Yeah, it's an embalming agent. It is a possible human carcinogen. We don't know, we don't have enough data yet to flat out give it the tag of an A1, but it possibly is. December 12, 1984, world's largest industrial accident. First of all, half of you probably weren't even born then, right? In 84. Don't say 3 Mile Island. I will beat you briskly. Or don't say Chernobyl. All right? First of all, 3 Mile Island was a thermodynamic issue, not a nuclear problem. I am very defensive about that because the general public believes what they were told, and that was not the problem. You know, 3 Mile Island has the least incidence of any illness in the United States. If you think about it, you know why. Because of this problem, the government came in and gave everybody that lived there gets like annual medical checkups. So they catch a lot of stuff before it happens. Or most people might wait 4, 5, 6 years to go, hey, I got a lump, I better go check it. At 3 Mile Island, they were giving everybody within like a 4 and 5 mile radius annual checkups as part of the redemption. And we can get into what caused that if you want. Just keep going. Okay. Back to what I asked, December 12th, 84, world's largest industrial accident. Anybody ever heard of Union Carbide? The formaldehyde tank that broke open in Bhopal, India. Same thing. Formaldehyde, off-gassed, tank broke open right in the middle of the city, killed a bunch of people. All right? They made a movie at it, if you guys remember, Tom Selleck and Gene Simmons.
What?
Yeah, Gene Simmons was the bad guy. He's trying to get retribution for that accident. Tom Selleck was the cop. I forget what it was called.
Oh, I've got to see this.
Yeah. Gene Simmons from KISS was the bad guy, and Tom Selleck was the cop. I don't know why I know that. Yeah. Urea foam formaldehyde, UFFI. UFFI is a really cool thing. You guys ever drop Mentos into Coke? Yeah, if you've never done that, take a Coke into your kitchen and drop out 3 Mentos into that bottle of Coke and see what happens. If you've not done that, don't do it in your kitchen like I just said, because it will blow up all over the side. Urea foam formaldehyde does the same thing. You take urea, which is a liquid, you take formaldehyde, which is a liquid, you pour one into the other and it blows up and makes foam. They make seat cushions out of it, like the airplane industry used to make the seat cushions out of it. UFFI is pretty stable. It's the other 2 chemicals that have a problem. So, you know, they make those, if you crash, in case of a crash, water landing, your cushion will be used as a flotation device. Not mine, because it's going to be crapped all over. I'll have to steal the neighbor's cushion. I guarantee it. And I love that when they go, there are 2 exits, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. I guarantee if this plane wrecks, there's going to be exits all over the place.
More than 2 exits if there's 2 in the back and 2 in the front.
I don't care.
That's why we hold 2 years.
Hey, everything in physics tells me airplanes don't fly. And if God wanted you to fly, you'd have been born with first class tickets. I don't do the whole Buddy Holly killing airplanes or anything.
I have a lot of pilots.
Oh, yeah. I've got a lot of pilot jokes. Most of them aren't jokes, they're really true about pilots. No. Carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is a colorless, odorless gas. It is the decomposition or byproduct of the burning of anything carbon, like wood or coal. The problem is it's colorless and odorless. Theoretically, don't panic, you're not, but theoretically you could be being exposed to CO right now and you would not know it. Your body doesn't recognize any of the symptoms until your brain shuts off and goes to sleep, and that's it. That's what the problem, a lot of these homes that heat with gas, they have to now have a carbon monoxide monitor so that if the gas exchange or the breaks, the monitor goes off and you get out of the house, because it could break and you never know it. I literally had a personal friend, that's how she died. Wow. In the trailer park over there on the east side behind what used to be the Paramount Music Theater. I don't even know what's over there now. Right there at 465 in Washington, there's that, she lived in those trailers, and nobody heard from her for like 3 days until her mom went over to find her and found her. That's how she passed away. So you've got to be careful with carbon monoxide. Yes?
Do you heat with propane at your house?
No, ours is all electric.
Yeah, my brother was worried because I used to kerosene heater.
Yes, that would,
He went and got me a little
yeah. Because you could light that kerosene, go to sleep. If it somehow goes out for some reason, but the fuel still keeps going, you could be exposed and you'd never know it. The problem is carbon monoxide just replaces oxygen on the red blood cell. So the red blood cell carries CO to your brain and your brain shuts off because it needs oxygen. And you get tired, you go to sleep and never wake up. So carbon monoxide is tough. You got to make sure you be careful of it. PCBs, polychlorinated biphenyls. PCBs are a group of chemicals. They are used in machine oils. They're very slick and slimy. If you've ever felt it, it kind of feels like pig snot on a doorknob. Anybody ever? I keep waiting for the first person to say, yeah, I know exactly. They're very slick and slimy, all right? I don't know. Sounds like it. It sounds like it should feel like that. The good thing about PCBs is that they're what we call a dielectric oil, meaning they can handle a current. They don't break down until you get up into the almost 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. All right? So they're really good where there's a lot of high intensity heat or electric current, like those little gray boxes at the top of a telephone pole that standardize the current coming into your house. When that current goes through there, there's what they call a step-down transformer, which sends the electric to your house. That step-down transformer is insulated with polychlorinated biphenyl, okay? It's not much anymore because they have been outlawed as well, phased out. All right, they were phased out in '79. Still, some of them may be there, though. If those poles have been up that long. So it's a group of chemicals. You grew up on a pig farm? Chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs. CFCs are a refrigerant or an aerosol All you women that used to have the aerosol hairspray, the propellant was a CFC. They went away from that now, and that's why they're now all the pumps instead of the spray. Yeah. It's also a refrigerant. You might have heard it called Freon. That's why Freon is so expensive to have it replenished into your system, because it is a controlled substance. And then they went to what, 112, RF 112? I don't know. And then they found that was wrong, so they went to RF 121 or something like that. But they are a banned item as well. They were on the ban list to get phased out. And when you do that, now you pay so much. At one point, Freon was a very big drug that was trafficked across the Mexican-U.S. border. Number one was people. Number two was CFC, was for Freon. Even above dope. Right? What? You don't believe me?
No, you use the word dope as definitely a 70s term. So
What's the word now then, if you don't use dope? Tell me what the word is.
so many words out there.
Oh, use your street cred. Come on. What word do you use?
Go get the markers.
I would call it dope.
Just to let you know, kids are hiding them now in the magic marker, in the art world.
Oh, huffing? Oh, dude, there's...
It's not huffing. They literally take out the inside of this marker, they put the pot in there, they stick it in the art room box, and that's
Well,
where they
that's
go buy it.
creative.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
At least at Ritter, that's where you go buy it.
Just make it illegal.
So you'd have to get a dark. Oh, yeah.
You have to have an art room box.
Yeah, I don't know why. Personally, I'm not personally offended against marijuana. I think it should be used. No, I take that back. I think it should be legal.
I agree.
I mean, if they legalize it, a couple things will happen. One is they can now control it. Two is how much gangs and drugs and crime do we have because of it that could be eliminated. And three, it's just like every other drug in the world. I mean, what's the difference between Prozac and marijuana? They both are mind-altering drugs. We just accept one and don't accept the other.
It's just freaking weed.
Yeah. It's not like I would ever take it. You know, and the problem is, if they make it illegal, it's not like people that wouldn't do it are going to run out and do it. I don't think my mom is going to start doing dope. Well, I take that back.
She might.
Let me take that back.
She'd be edible.
Yeah, that just recently happened. A friend of hers came back from Denver and brought brownies, and mom had them. And she said, you know, it does make my back feel better. I'm like, Mom, how can I yell at Ian about getting baked when you're getting high yourself? You know?
Let me tell you about a news story that happened in Bartholomew County. My sister-in-law is on the police department. I got a call, a non-respondent person in a booth in Chuck E. Cheese.
In Chuck E. Cheese.
In Chuck E. Cheese. So the police showed up. Yeah. Yeah. So they showed up and they couldn't get the person to respond.
Hence the word non-respondent.
Narcan. Person came up swinging.
What's Narcan?
That person who had overdose on heroin.
Oh,
So somebody
well, heroin's become the new drug of choice.
gave their kid, I don't know, 1,000 tokens. Go play, sweetheart. I'm gonna sit here and do some.
And
heroin."
pass the spoon when you leave. Could you hand me the spoon?
I mean,
Ethan's laughing at that. He got it. Nobody else really got that.
so really, can't we just do something?
Bloomington averages 2 or 3 overdoses a week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And there are what in Bloomington?
I heard the parks kind of dangerous.
Oh yeah, the parks, because a lot of the homeless people hang out in the park, and that seems to be a big problem.
Well, they're wanting people in their homes to carry narcotics.
All right, that's in this audio file.